Hello everyone, and welcome to another quest in my old school Runescape playthrough. This time I'm going to be doing the quest simply called Waterfall Quest. Now, I did this quest right after I did Witch's House, because Witch's House gives you enough HP to survive doing this quest. And when you do this quest, you get a boatload, just an immense amount of attack and strength XP. Enough that you can, go from starting out to adamant. It's ridiculous. Now, you won't get defense EXP, but you can train that up pretty quickly after having this much attack and strength. So, you gotta head to the Bextorian Falls area. There'll be a house. It's the only building that's there. Well, it's the only building that you'd get to if you were going from Ardone. And yeah, you just talk to the lady there. She has you look for her kid. Use the raft behind the house, and you crash it. But you find the kid. Now, he isn't too pleased to see you, though. He's looking for treasure out here. He doesn't want to go home, and he thinks you're just going to steal the treasure from him, which is kind of true. So now you gotta find your way down off the waterfall. Yep, refusing to leave the waterfall. At this point, you actually need to use a rope on this rock over here. When you do so, you'll Spider-Man on over. This quest is actually pretty cool. I like it because you learn a little bit of some of the little story of the region. Don't do what I did and try to climb the tree. You mess up. You need to use the rope a second time on the tree to get down to that ledge on the waterfall, and then there's a barrel there. When you click on the barrel, you can safely get to the bottom of the falls, which you go to the same place, you just don't take damage. So it doesn't really matter. But if you don't want to take damage and look silly like I did, that's how you do that. So, you're interested in the waterfall treasure now, so you decide you need to find information about it. This guy here actually, you can sell fish to, I believe. But after talking to him, you find out that tourists and... Oh wait, did you talk to him and find this out? I'm not sure. But the huge building you're right by is like a tourist information center. There's a person in there, an NPC, I don't remember his name at the moment. You talk to him, he tells you there's a book on the region on the second floor. After reading through the book, that's when you start learning more about the history, and can then proceed with the quest. Just run on in there now. Alright, I'm recording all of this in post. I wasn't able to record commentary during the quest, so I'm kind of going... I'm reviewing what I have to do faster than when I did it in-game. So forgive me on this. Hadley is the man's name. Pretty spiffy setup he's got here. Yep, people come from miles around to fish. And there are some fishing nodes up at the top of the falls, and I think some at the bottom too. Now, I go through all the dialogue here, so if you want to read what he says, and also read in the book, feel free to pause the video and go as I go through it. I'm pretty sure I leave it long enough so that someone can read through. But sometimes I read rather quickly and will hit continue after just a short time. So mostly, the gist of it is, I think the queen was captured, or she was killed, and I believe it was captured is what it was at the time. And the king was just so distraught and depressed about it that he went into hiding, and he went into a cave that him and the queen knew about, and only him or the queen could enter the cave. And he never came out, and that's the legend. He never came out, and that's where he's thought to lie. Now, it's said that the way into the queen's tomb was pilfered by gnome explorers when they came to the lands, and they give you a family name, and you have to find the gnome. This will give you the key to Glariel's tomb. King Backstorian and Queen Glario. Short piece written by Backstorian himself. Yeah, see, this poem right here, I think is the only clue for a puzzle at the end of the quest. At the end of the quest, you have to place runes on these pedestals, and I think stuff in that poem, that's the only tip that you have. Otherwise, it's really just weird. You have to specifically, excuse me, place down 1 water, 1 air, and 1 earth rune. And I think it's like the blood is water, or the wine's water, or something like that. And it talks about the kingdom being buried in earth, so I think that's what the earth rune is, and then exposed to air or something. Like it's confusing. I couldn't exactly figure out how you're supposed to know to do this. So we are off, and it's quite the journey. You gotta go south all the way past Ardone and go to the Tree Gnome village there, which is a neat little maze. So I think I'll cut ahead to that when I get there, and we'll continue this quest. And we have made it to the Tree Gnome village. Now, this is a big hedge maze. There's a lot of goblins and monsters and stuff stuck in the maze. That's kind of why it's there. It's to protect the village in the center. We need to make our way through the maze to the dungeon. Gosh, excuse me. Sorry, the allergies have been acting up pretty bad lately. It's been extra warm here, and there's been a lot of blooming trees. Now, conveniently for us, there's only 1 gnome in the whole dungeon, so we don't have to do much searching. How we're supposed to know to go to the dungeon, I can't tell you. Probably some exploration is involved, just you poking around everywhere, because it doesn't really say in the book. It just, it's just thought that, this gnome family of explorers has the pebble. The pebble is used to enter Glariel's tomb. Thankfully, this maze actually isn't that bad. It's pretty linear despite what it looks. There's a goblin stuck in here now. See a spirit tree back there, and a bunch of gnomes. I mean, we're almost done going through the maze already. And holy crap, there's hill giants here. Run away from the hill giants. Run, 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 run. Yeah, those things, they still hurt. I'm not really wearing any armor. While I do have a good amount of HP, they can still give me a good smack. Oh, there it is. So, once we get down there, I'm making sure that I have enough stamina before I go down there. So you gotta do a bit of sprinting. You have to look for a key while enemies try to beat you up. This is kind of a running theme in this quest, where you're going to have a cave with like 2 paths, and you have to run down both paths while enemies are just wailing on you. Go down in the cave, gotta go this way, look through all the boxes and stuff for a key. Just keep searching away, you'll find it. Apparently I can't find it. I really can't find it. Oh, there's the key. There's the key. Yep. For some reason, this hobgoblin stopped attacking me. I don't know why. Oh, there he goes. Luckily, I brought lots of cake. Like, more than enough cake. I don't want to die down here and lose any quest items. I turn auto retaliate off so I don't stop to swing at stuff if I stop moving. That guy's really tenacious. But we have a gnome over here in this part of the cave, holed up, and you need that key to get past the gate. That's locked up. And for some reason... Oh, there it goes. It just took a second. We have arrived. And there's a closed chest here, huh? And there's no way to actually get to it. That's funny. Yep, Golry is the guy's name we're looking for. Been in here for weeks. So he doesn't mind if you look around. And you actually don't have to do anything. You just, right off the bat, goes back in the conversation. That pebble's just some old elven junk, I believe. He doesn't really care much for it. He takes the key from you so he can get out after you leave. It's recommended that you do the drop trick here. So put the pebble on the ground and then talk to him again. I don't do that, I don't think. Because I'm a crazy person. And these goblins are certainly trying. But you need this pebble to get into the tomb. In the tomb, you're going to get something that will let you get into the cave that Backstorian went into. Get out of the maze quickly. It's advised that you go to the end of the maze, which is just a little short walk. It's right there. And there's going to be some metal bars, a fence here. You squeeze on through them. There's. It's sometimes hard to get the trigger for like clicking on objects. We are in Tree Gnome Village. You can't tell, there's actually like buildings up at like tree height. You're seeing like the stumps of them right now. So you want to start the quest for Tree Gnome Village. Just start it. Yeah, see they popped in existence for a second. There it is. King Bullrun right there. When you start this quest, you actually are given the option to be shown your way through the maze, and you just do a transition, fade in and out. It's convenient, because later if you're doing this quest, you don't have to go through the whole maze again to start this. I believe this quest actually lets you use the spirit trees to teleport around. There's one right there. It looks like the tree that looks like it has a big mustache. It's like the Deku tree from Zelda. So, yeah, his people are in danger, yada yada, go save the world for them. We're not going to do this quest in this video, though. I still haven't done this quest. I did Waterfall quest, gosh, almost a week and a half ago, and I haven't gotten to this one yet. I did the one you kind of are supposed to do after that, Gnome Stronghold, which is, I guess, harder. Except the big guy you have to fight at the end, you can save spot. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. I'm going to go ahead and cut ahead when I get back to Glariel's tomb, get everything in order. If I recall, I actually messed up a lot. You can't bring in any weapons or armor or runes or anything at all to Glariel's tomb. It's a piece of... it is a place of peace. And I screw that up over and over and over again. And I have to keep making trips back and forth between the bank and Glariel's tomb. I'll cut all that out and we'll be back in Glariel's tomb. Oh man. Alright, so... Yep, only visitors with peaceful intent can enter. Use the pebble on the tombstone. It fits perfectly and you hear a loud creak. Slab slides back, revealing a ladder down. You are suddenly in a cave. So, again, like the last dungeon that we just ran through, you have to let stuff beat you up while you look for keys. Lots of zombies and nasty things down here. The giants are pretty scary. Zombies and skeletons aren't so much. Now what you should probably do is let a... Oh boy, that giant's actually looking at me. He's stuck though. Oh, there we go, I got a skeleton on me. So, you want a skeleton or a zombie to attack you. They do way less damage than the moss giants do. And that way you won't get just stomped into the ground by a moss giant. You'll just be getting poked in the ribs by a zombie. The thing you probably want to do, which I also didn't do, is get more than one Galariel's amulet. One path takes you to the amulet, another path takes you to her tomb, where there's her urn. It's kind of neat. Around her tomb, there's this neat, like, foresty nature place that just sprung up because she was that awesome, apparently. But you've retrieved her urn. Get the hell out of here. So, this is the second dungeon where we had to do something like this in this one quest. The third dungeon is actually very similar. You'll get a key while things hit you. You'll see that in a minute. Huh, I don't know what that other place is. Is that other place... You notice there was another dungeon that you could see, like, right by it, and I think that was the same place. I think that was the place we were just in the Gnome Tree Village. Huh. That's kind of interesting. But here I am. I'm just going to head back to town, get my gear, and we'll skip ahead to the waterfall. Okay, we are back at the waterfall. Man, it's been a long trip. Now, before you enter the waterfall, make sure you're wearing Galariel's amulet. If you are not wearing Galariel's amulet, when you open this door, a torrent of water will rush out, knocking you off the waterfall, and you'll take damage, and you have to run all the way back up. So, we're at round 3 of dungeon running and key searching. This place is a little more scary. The spiders in here drain prayer, but right now it's not like prayer does a whole hell of a lot for me anyway. It'd be more scary if it was a harder dungeon. There's also these, skeleton ghost spellcasters and skeletons? Yep. Keep looking for that key. Luckily, oh, never mind. I'm gonna say, luckily none of them have aggroed me, but I was wrong. I infect your body with rot. They actually, I think they lower stats. It's only temporary though. Luckily he's splashing. I'm resisting it. And no key. This is gonna be nice. Oh, there he goes. Attack down, defense down, strength down. That is not Goodman. Oh, there's a damn key. Okay, let's get out of this room. Get out of the room? Gosh. Holy cow. That middle room, you don't have to go down, and that's the spider draining my prayer. So, you actually want the spiders to attack you in this room. This room is full of fire giants. Luckily there's someone in here killing them. These fire giants are very nice. They actually drop a rune scimitar. It's kind of rare. They're also good for training up range and training up magic. I did that actually just recently and got very lucky. On the 5th fire giant kill, I got a rune scimitar. So later on in the videos, you'll see me running around with that, and I can't do much better than that for a long time. Luckily, the spider does attack me, and I can safely get to the door. So, oh, can I? Yep, okay. I use the key on the door, and you are here. You're in, I guess, Backstorian's resting place? I'm not sure what you'd call it. But this is where the treasure lies. So, this is the puzzle that I have no clue how you're supposed to figure out. That poem kind of is a hint, I think, with the blood and or wine and earth and air covering his kingdom. Like, it's confusing, but I think that's actually what you're supposed to... That's your clue. That's your hint. Well, what you have to do is you need to place one water rune, one earth rune, and one water rune on each column. When you actually get to doing it, there'll be a little puff of smoke each time I do it. I brought extra runes in case I somehow messed up. I don't believe there's a particular order that you have to do this in. I kept an order myself, though, so I wouldn't screw up. But yep, you just gotta go to each one of these columns and do that. Then we have step number 2 in this puzzle. Well, you can see that chalice floating up there. That's called the Chalice of Eternity. I don't remember reading about it in any of the books. Maybe there's something I missed, though. Excuse me. But this quest is, you know, it's not terribly hard once you get the health points from Witch's House. There's not really any combat you have to do. It's just combat you have to avoid and withstand. Lots of backtracking, you know, in northern and southern Ardougne. But I don't need to be wearing the amulet now. You actually need to use the amulet just a second here. After you put the runes down on each column, you just take Glariel's amulet and place it on the statue of Glariel. See? And here we go. Now you use her ashes of her urn with her ashes on the Chalice of Eternity. Voila! We are done. Get quest point, a buttload of strength and attack, a couple diamonds, a couple gold bars, and 40 mithril seeds. We are left with the empty urn, key, pebble, amulet if you had it. But yeah, this should take you generally up to 30 strength and attack, bringing you from, like, you know, bronze and iron up to adamant, skipping steel, black, and mithril. You may want to still pick up mithril if you don't have any money. It's still pretty cheap. But yeah, that was Waterfall Quest. It's not so bad. It looks like I was instanced off for a second. A bunch of things just kind of popped into existence. But I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully with another interesting quest. Maybe I'll put a free-to-play quest out. Ooh, I got hit by a fire giant there. Yeah, they can hit 11s. It's kind of scary. Yeah, I think next quest I'll upload will be Black Knight's Fortress. Yeah, that might be a good one. That won't take too long to do. That's fairly straightforward and kind of entertaining. I also have recorded and done the quests for, well, some of the non-quest stuff, like the clue scrolls, and what else? Oh, and Motherlode Mine. Maybe I'll upload that next. One of those two things. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.